town ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, been holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Hello. I did not get lost on my way to the computer. Med check, good idea. You'll forgive me for having forgotten about med checks because I don't have any and I haven't for a while except for anyway. Intro reminder. Okay. New makeup, not as subtle as some of the other stuff. I'm working on it. I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. My nails are red. I'm feeling happy about that. We have great news. I listen to the people. I always listen to the people, but I'm listening to the people extra, especially the people that don't want to talk or listen to me talk. Now, that's not you guys. Don't worry about it. But for those of you that don't want to listen to me talk, in 5 minutes, the video that we are going to be watching tonight live is going to be released on the channel over there. It's the same video, but we will be watching it with me versus watching it. You can watch it by yourself and be lonely. Okay? That's allowed and that's okay. But if you would rather hang out here with us, like Gecko Chaser, Sashina's here. Oh, you having a premiere tomorrow morning? Mark that down in the calendar too. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness. Welcome. It is cold here. I am slightly covered up. Oh, I didn't even worry about my boobs as much today. I've had a bit of a crazy day. And what happened was I actually finished editing that video about 1 minute ago. That's the honest to God truth. And I uploaded it. Jonathan! Thank you, Jonathan. Guys, please make sure that you have turned on memberships, gifting, because people are amazing. Yeah, thank you so much, Jonathan. Seriously, that's amazing. So I indeed only just finished editing the video that's going up in 4 minutes now that we're also going to watch live. It is a Judge Webster video, and it is unique in a couple different ways, but it's also a little bit odd. The only thing that makes me a little sad about this method of setting up the show for us all is that personally, I have now seen this video 2.5 times. I've now seen it 2.5 times. Like the first time when I recorded it, and then like the half a time when I assembled it together, and then a second time when I edited it. So this will be the 3.5 time of me watching this video. So yeah, it's not as raw a reaction as we normally do. It is a live. I'm going to talk about it and more than I did in the edited version of the video, but it is just, I've been thinking about it all day. That's the whole difference for me anyways. A super sneak peek. Anyways, so we are going to get going here pretty darn quick. Tell me what you had for dinner though. I'd love to hear what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. Again, I'm a little discombobulated because I also was out shopping today with my daughter. We had a lovely little time. And And then I slammed an energy drink about 32 seconds ago before I came. And the internet sucks. With that being said, let's start watching the video. I don't even need these. These are not for today. With that being said, let's start watching the video. Oh, you had buffalo flavored pork chops with buffalo. What do you mean buffalo? Oh, like hot sauce. I thought you meant like the animal. I was like, wow, you would flavor it buffalo. Avocado al pastor tacos. That sounds delicious. Broccoli and cheese soup. That's pretty hearty, even if you're not very hungry. Hearty for the hunger or non-hunger, I would say. I'm sure I'm forgetting something integral. Oh, I got a new notepad today. Where the fuck did I put it? Notepad, where did you go, pad? So, you guys know I have millions of notepads, but this one I love. I already love it. Look at how cool it is. It's like, so you can see it's got all these different sections on each page. So like a little blank section, a blank section, and then line section, and then date and stuff at the top. And it's perfect for me, like writing down cases or video times and cues for the videos, etc. So I'm very excited about it. And it was $1.50 Canadian. What is it called? It's called a notes organizer, notes layout. And I like it. So I'm very excited about that. Anyways, without further ado, let us go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to dip off here. Let us start watching without me interrupting first. And then oh, fucking shit. Okay, so I had a heart attack. I just had a heart attack. I thought, oh, you uploaded a fucking muted video. And it's about to go live. It's live now. But I had it muted here. All right, fucking kids, just hang out. Hang on, we're good. Oh my God. Oh, that was almost terrible.
This course is going to call cause number DV1904512. This is in the 273rd District Court of Sabine County, Texas. It's in the interest of Isabel Marlowe. Miss Marlowe, please raise your right hand. Miss Marlowe, do you solemnly swear?
Miss Marlowe's hair is crazier than mine. Although, actually, I'm channeling it. Actually, what would you say, Mikey? Am I channeling her hair? Oh, it's not muted, thank God. Or it was muted. But I appreciate that. You would have watched. Anyways, yeah, what did you have for dinner, Mikey? We just got finished with the dinner question. You're slightly behind, but that's okay. We're just getting started. Yeah. Her hair is a little bit crazy, and I'm just gonna say it. She's a little bit unusual. Let's say that. And again, if you don't like this part, this one right here, this video is already posted on the channel, so you don't have to bother fucking complaining about it. You can just leave. Gotcha? Okay.
For the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. Mr. Heath Strussel, please raise your right hand and tell me that your hand is in the air.
Hand is in the air.
Mr. Trussell, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Mr. McNulty, are you handling this case for state?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Do you have any other witnesses besides the parties?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
The court's going to take judicial notice of its own file. Contained within my file is the controlling support order that was signed by me back in 2017. Okay, 2017. Nope, 2021. Wrong case. All right, back in 2021. You call your first witness, Mr. McNulty.
At this time, the state will call Miss Marlowe. Miss Marlowe, do you understand that in a previous order that was entered on March 17th of 2021, you were ordered to pay Mr. Trussell $280 a month in child support?
Yes, sir.
And you also understand that you were ordered to pay $45 a month in cash medical support?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that as of February 29th of 2024, you have a current child support arrearage balance of $2,780.61?
Yes, sir.
I know it'll clear up. The problem is technical, but within the next minute, it won't be like that. I promise. Their systems are booting. Let's say that.
And do you understand that you also have a medical support balance of $458.12?
Yes, sir.
Now, in this previous order, there was a finding that your average monthly income was $1,950 a month. Is that correct?
I'll take your word for it.
Well, in the time of that order, what were you doing during back in 2021 or March 2021 when that order was entered?
I was receiving pandemic unemployment that ended, I think in June or July of 21.
Are you currently working?
No, sir.
Do you have any health conditions that are preventing you from being able to work?
Yes, sir. For myself, I'm still dealing with the fallout from a concussion and a traumatic brain injury and a clavicle spinal injury. I see my my therapist weekly. I see my psychiatrist every 4 to 6 weeks, and I saw a neurologist finally for the first time back in January. And I talk to my PCP probably once a month or every other month. And I had previously faxed in all of that information and documents to the Office of the Attorney General Child Support Division. I didn't know until
I'm pretty sure the underlying conversation that we can hear, you can hear that woman's voice, is in the judge's office. I've heard this now 3.5 times. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening.
today talking to Mr. Joseph and Ms. Sydney that those documents weren't all available. I was trying to locate them in my paperwork, but I don't have the actual papers, but I have the people and the phone numbers to be able to contact people.
Okay. Now, Your Honor, at this time, the state would like to enter into evidence of State's Exhibit A, the payment record.
All right, let's make it that one.
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Ms. Marlowe, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the alleged pay record showing me the payments that you've made and the payments that you've missed to Mr. Russell. Is it okay if I look at this pay record?
Yes, sir.
Same question, Mr. Trussell. Is it okay if I look at this pay record?
Hold it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Sex exhibit A is admitted into evidence.
Okay.
Now, Ms. Marlowe, one of the documents we did receive, was a physician statement, that stated that you should only be working 20 hours a week. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I believe the one that you were showing me was from my psychiatrist. I receive services through the Harris Center for Mental Health and IDD. It's a program policy to list the 20 hours to provide additional support and referrals like to the Texas Workforce.
Ms. Marlowe,
Yes,
could you
sir.
do me a favor, please?
Yes, sir.
Just answer the question that Mr. McNulty asked you.
I apologize. I thought I was.
No, what you're doing is you're giving me a whole lot of additional information that I haven't been able to look at or see, okay? So,
Yes, sir.
right now, you don't work for that company, so you don't have the authority or the ability to testify to what their policies are, okay? You can testify to specific things that they do on your behalf, but you can't testify to their policies.
Yes, sir. I apologize.
That's all right. Go ahead, Mr. McNulty.
Ms. Marlowe, do you have any, objection to Judge Webster looking over that, physician statement? If I
No, sir. Absolutely.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would ask that the court review off camera as states exhibit B, the physician statement that was provided to us by Ms. Marlowe.
Mr. Trussell, the state has sent me something that they wish me to look at. It's the physician's statement in regards to Ms. Marlowe that she just testified to. Now, generally, I don't put these type of statements on the screen because that means they're broadcast to the internet.
Judge. Yeah. Ouch. We are the internet. You don't need to like be a dick about it.
In regards to Ms. Marlowe that she just testified to. Now, generally, I don't put these type of statements on the screen because that means they're broadcast to the internet and everybody can see them. Okay.
Okay.
Is it okay, Mr. Trussell, if I review this doctor's statement for Ms. Marlowe?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to look at that in camera. Go ahead, Mr. McNulty.
Now, you're saying that there's been additional documents that you might have sent in that from other doctors and from other health professionals saying that you shouldn't be working at all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and can you
And there we go. The audio's fixed. Right? Isn't it much better? I know. I think you might be right. Her hair might just be short. Interesting.
testify to the court what they say about you not being able to work any amount of time?
I was told to apply for SSI, and I did. And I apologize. I was told that I was not cleared yet from the concussion and other things, and that I needed to anticipate a recovery timeframe that would be about a year to 18 months, if not longer.
Now, how are you currently supporting yourself?
A variety of domestic violence agencies. I'm a recipient of those, as well as my youngest daughter receives SSI, and I'm her rep payee.
And do you have any safety concerns about your address being and contact information being disclosed in any order that the court enters today?
Yes, sir. I filled out all of those documents. I also crime victims compensation. I filled out their request for anonymous address.
And what are,
It don't like me being here. I gotta dip off. It does so much better when I'm not on the screen. Fuck. But I'm at MB. And yes, head injuries can make it hard to control your emotion.
what are, and what are, what are your safety concerns about having that information disclosed?
I don't know who contacts who or how and in what ways. I don't want my location known.
Do you have any concerns about Mr. Trussell?
Not currently.
Do you have any concerns about any other third party that you're afraid might have access to your address?
Yes, absolutely.
And who do you have concerns about?
Helena's father, Michael Burris,
Have there
and
been
any of his family.
Have there been any instances where they've made threats or have been violent towards you in the past?
No, it's more low level than that. That's the wrong word. Covert, no. Subtle maybe.
Okay. And do you have any other minor biological children who are below the age of 18?
Yes, sir. Besides Isabella.
Yes. How many other minor biological children do you have?
One.
And does this child live in the household with you?
Yes, she does.
Are you currently taking care of this child?
I am.
And is having to take care of this other child taking away from your ability to work?
It does frequently. She's medically complex. And while she does receive nursing support services, it's not always consistent. And when I don't have a provider, I frequently have lost a job or things of that nature because I didn't have consistent care for her.
I have no further questions. I pass the witness.
Are you next witness?
At this time, the state will call Mr. Trussell.
Yes.
Mr. Trussell, do you what kind of health insurance do you currently have for your child?
It's state insurance.
And you understand that as of February 29th of 2024,
Hold the phone. Is that a fucking Stanley? Is that a Stanley she's got, you guys? We gotta go back and do some investigating here. There's nothing wrong with a Stanley, but if you're not paying your child support, you shan't be having a Stanley. That's just it. If you don't pay your child support, you don't get a Stanley Cup. It seems very simple to me. Now, maybe it's a dupe, a cheap dupe. Maybe it was a gift. There's so many things, but let's just go back. Watch the Stanley. Watch her.
Yes.
Mr. Trussell, do you what kind of health insurance do you currently have for your child?
It's state insurance.
And you understand that as
It's sort of lavender. Yes, I'm trying to mimic her hair. Do we think that is I'm trying to mimic her hair. For some reason, I have more hair. And is it really a Stanley? See that? I don't even have a Stanley, girl. but I seem to have more hair than she does, and yet I'm using clips to achieve the look because, well, it was last minute, obviously. I'm trying. Yeah, I think that is a Stanley. It makes sense because later on we find out she is to be pretty high earning. Let's say that.
Of February 29th of 2024, Miss Marlowe has a child support arrearage balance of $2,780.61.
Yes.
Are you asking the court today to order Miss Marlowe to pay back that full amount in the child support that's owed to you?
Yes.
And you also understand that she has a medical support arrearage balance of $458.12.
Yes.
And are you opposed to reducing Miss Marlowe's child support amount?
Yes.
And why do you oppose reducing her monthly child support amount?
Well, 'cause she hasn't stuck with the original agreement. Why would she stick with something less?
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Look at the fucking judge. My God. Oh, I should have. See, I was rushing through making this, and I should have fucking edited that into. I love to see his face. I want to see it 3 times. I try so hard. I always love doing things 3 times, but watch his face here. Let's just watch it. Oh my God.
And why do you oppose reducing her
What's happening? Sorry, just to explain it for anybody, maybe like I know what's happening, and some of the people in the chat will know what's happening. But Mr. McNulty is about to rest his case. Okay, he has presented all the evidence that he has, and he's seemingly asked all the questions that he can produce in his brain. And if you notice the time left in this video, we have a lot of questions left to deal with. And I think that Judge Webster is laughing because he's like, you're you're just passing the buck here at this point. Like, what the fuck? You're gonna rest? And he is. He's called the mom, he's called the dad, he asked the very basic questions, and now he's just gonna let Judge Webster unravel what is left. Watch his face.
monthly child support amount?
Well, 'cause she hasn't stuck with the original agreement. Why would she stick with something less?
Thank you. I have no further questions. I pass the witness.
All right.
The official review started on October 27th of 2023.
Okay, so you're still in the middle of it.
Yes, sir.
And based on your testimony, Miss Marlowe, I'm going to assume that you have been the victim of domestic violence from a partner in your household.
Not exactly, but yes.
Well, you described a concussion. Did that not? How did that happen?
He was not a person in my household. He was my child's father.
He was
Subtle
who?
difference. He was my daughter's father.
Okay,
Subtle
so
difference.
well, I understand it from a judge's perspective. I don't consider it to be different because he's a member of your family because y'all have a child together. All right, so there was some domestic violence between you and the father of your second child. Is that correct?
My youngest child, yes. She's my baby 5.
Okay. That's the child that's currently residing in your household?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when did that happen? What year and the month?
The event, it ended June 24th, if that was the Friday of 2023. That's
Okay.
when he was arrested.
Okay. And are there, they obviously they charged him with an offense.
Yes, sir.
Has it gone to court?
Yes, sir.
And what was the outcome?
A limited 8-year protective order and probation.
Okay.
Um,
So the criminal charges were finished. He accepted a guilty plea and he's on probation for it.
I believe so.
Okay. Well, I mean, the best of your knowledge, that's what happened.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Now, the doctor's order that I'm looking at, this appears to be a doctor's order from your psychiatrist. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
All right. And he says that you struggle with PTSD and bipolar disorder. How long have you been diagnosed with bipolar?
When I was a teenager, although that it's a diagnosis they don't think fits any longer.
And they don't think you're bipolar anymore?
No, sir, I didn't respond to any of the mood stabilizers.
All right. So basically what you're telling me is that you're just still struggling with the PTSD.
Absolutely.
And that comes directly from a result of your domestic abuse from your prior father of your child.
No, sir, I've struggled with PTSD most of my life.
Well, Miss Marlowe, that's a problem for me. Okay. Because back in 2021, I set child support based on the fact that you were capable of working and earning a living. And nobody said anything to me about bipolar then. So why should I use that as a basis of reducing your child support now?
Because I wasn't given the opportunity in 2021 to provide any information for.
Oh no, she didn't. Oh no, she didn't. Can anybody guess where this is going? When she starts to complain about the last court case? Because I don't know if you guys know, but we've been watching Judge Webster for years. And she's about to complain about him not listening to her. He's not the type that forgets. Also, as for bipolar, that's a condition, and there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is, I don't think that being not well treated with different medications means that you rule out a diagnosis in bipolar disorder. There are a few, very few psychiatric disorders that can be diagnosed sort of backwards by the treatment first. Like, oh, responsive to treatment, perhaps it is this. But, it is odd to me that she's like backpedaling that diagnosis. And it's unfortunately indicative of somebody who is struggling with bipolar disorder and the diagnosis, as opposed to somebody like, it just seems a little off. Anyways, like I said, she's about to offend the judge hugely by claiming that he didn't listen to her. Buckle up.
Hold on. Let's see.
That
Let's see what you were not given an opportunity. Well, I mean, they filed the lawsuit. They served you with it. Why didn't you show up for court?
I did attend court, sir.
Okay. You sure did. All right. And did you tell me back then that you had problems with PTSD?
I don't clearly remember court from 2021. I remember the feeling of not being heard whenever the court was over.
So now I'm offended, Miss Marlowe. I'm
I'm-
offended because I was the judge in your case, and you're telling me that I didn't listen to anything that you said.
I apologize for offending you, sir. That's not my intent.
Okay. Well, here's the problem, Miss Marlowe. While I understand the nature of what it is that you're trying to tell me, I take my responsibility.
Oh, Judge. Oh, like we have to replay that where he tells this to her. I don't know what she's thinking. Maybe she doesn't remember, but the way that she remembers the feeling, yeah, I know. She doesn't remember the fact, but remembers feelings. It's very interesting. It's a little borderline. I mean, I'm not diagnosing anybody, obviously, just speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. But Judge, also ode to Dr. Grande, not gonna steal that. Let's just listen to that.
I was the judge in your case, and you're telling me that
Heard whenever the court was over.
so now I'm offended, Miss Marlowe. I'm
I'm-
offended because I was the judge in your case, and you're telling me that I didn't listen to anything that you said.
I apologize for offending you, sir. That's not my intent.
Okay. Well, here's the problem, Miss Marlowe. While I understand the nature of what it is that you're trying to tell me, I take my responsibility as a judge in regards to these children real serious. In fact, I'm deadly serious about how I take it. And I make it a pattern and a plan that I listen to everybody that's in my courtroom. Now, you might not have liked the ruling. You might not have liked the decision. But as I'm sure if I went back and looked at my record, I would advise you that you had a right to appeal my ruling. You had a right to appeal it. You had the right to hire an attorney and file a motion to change it. You didn't do any of those things.
Actually, sir, that's not accurate.
No? Did you appeal it?
No, lady, don't double down right now. I would not double down. Do you see what you see the judge's like body language? I'm like rubbing into the couch. But seriously, he is I just, again, I don't know why she's doubling down on some of these things in this way. And I wonder what her feeling of this hearing will be. Is she going to say, oh, I didn't get a chance to speak again? Like maybe this is how the last one went. Because Judge is he's infinitely fair. And he always asks the question, always at the end, to each person. Is there anything else you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling? And he says it in this really nice tone. Also, Vicky, she's going to say she did. Let's listen.
When I had the ability to get the funding together, I did seek a lawyer and I did try to work that avenue with regards to the custody visitation and support.
Let me see. Well, so you talked to an attorney. Did you hire the attorney?
Yes, sir, I did.
Well, how come he didn't file a lawsuit? Or she?
I apologize, sir. I'm not sure I know how to answer that question.
You paid an attorney to represent you to either fix or correct or change the court order that I did in 2021, correct?
kind. Uh, mm, I apologize, sir. I feel very unsure of how to respond or answer your questions.
Okay. Well, let me just tell you the fact. The fact is that no person that represented you, Miss Marlowe, ever filed a lawsuit on your behalf in regards to this case after the court order from 2021 was completed in my courtroom. Okay?
There should have been some documents that we sent to the court about visitation and support. They were over the summer, I want to say in 22.
Let me see. Hold on one second, Mr. McNulty. I have to look at it a page at a time, so sometimes it takes a little longer. Nope. Nothing filed in my court since the last order was done in 2021, except for this modification filed by the state. So whoever the attorney was that you hired, Miss Marlowe, to help you in this case, they didn't file anything on your behalf. Okay? All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. So your current doctor, at least the one that I saw, said that you're capable of working 20 hours a week and that you would be released in August of 2024 or possibly reevaluated at that time. But this current release that you're under, this current doctor's order that you're under, does expire in August of 2024. Is that correct, Ms. Marlowe?
I believe so, for the one that you're looking at.
Right. I'm probably going to say the doctor's name incorrectly, but it looks like it's Akiwano. Yeah. Akawawo.
I believe that is.
I'm pronouncing it based on how he's got it spelled, so, or she's got it spelled.
I find it weird she doesn't volunteer any sort of affirmation here.
You said, so this is your psychiatrist. Do you also have a medical doctor as well?
Yes, sir, and a neurologist.
Okay, and your neurologist has got you under doctor's care that says you can't work at all?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
So, wait, hold on. April the 10th, what? Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Marlowe.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Trussell,
Yes, sir.
is there anything else that you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
I think it's the judge's assistant, MB. As far as I can tell, that's who it is.
Well, just that not much has changed on this end. You know, we don't. She doesn't have much contact, no visitation. Again, I can't tell the kids where she lives. There's no address.
Right.
The individual that caused these concussions or issues are the same individual that she was living with our child during the case that you proceeded over. You know, Isabel is still in extensive therapy from the abuse and neglect from that household.
So it's stmalone@gmail.com.
Okay.
She
Mr.
has
McNulty.
multiple college
I'm sorry.
degrees.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she has multiple college degrees. She's worked in the safety department and plants before.
Right.
You know, making close to $200,000. You know, so
$200,000. Oh my God. Also, hello, Loud Elvis. Hello, my friend Chris. Late plea plus tax. Thank you. Do. If you are just getting here, hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. If you don't want to hear me talk, guess what? That's cool. But so this video is already posted on the channel. This video It's already posted on the channel. You can go watch it there. Or if you want to hang out here. Either like both though, because of all the work I did. Please and thank you. And thank you again, Chris. So she was making almost $200,000, and yet her child support is set at what? Very low. Very, very low. How low can she go? How low can she go?
I guess that's all I got to say.
Mr. Trussell,
Whoa, Judge, hold on. Jonathan, happy belated birthday. Thank you so much for the lovely message, by the way, Jonathan. Thank you, 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 thank you. You guys, Jonathan has a new channel. Please check it out. Can somebody pop that command into the chat? He is entering the ring of hell that is YouTube court videos. I'm just joking. It's a fun thing. Oh, we're glad that you're here, Chris. Thank you so much. Love you too, Jonathan. But seriously, so maybe she bought the Stanley when she had $200,000. I don't know.
well, I can't deny anything that you're saying, but I also can't deny the fact that she is currently under a doctor's care. I mean, it's there. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I have to look at what the doctor's telling me as far as what her limitations are.
Understood, sir. Understood.
Mr. McNulty, the state has filed this motion.
Yes, Your Honor. So, according
The
to
state have a
Ms. Marlowe,
position?
yes. So, according to Ms. Marlowe's testimony, the income she was receiving at the time of that 2021 order was from a pandemic era relief that she was getting at the time that she testified that she's no longer receiving that income.
So what do you want me to do, Mr. McNulty?
The state is asking that her child support be adjusted based on the current circumstances and based on her current situation.
She doesn't have a job. She's not working. She doesn't have any income. What do you want me to set the child support on?
Based on her testimony, she said that not able to work because of a health condition.
So is the state asking me to set the child support and the medical support in this case to zero?
Yes, based on her testimony, because she's not able to work, we're asking to reduce it to at least 20 hours a week based on what was provided to us.
Okay, so you're saying that while she is telling you that one doctor.
Hi, Jay Regere's love slave. You don't think he's going to do it? One doctor's note said 20. One doctor's note said 20. Also, I think we look uncannily similar. It's weird to me.
Hours a week based on what was provided to us.
Okay, so you're saying that while she is telling you that one doctor says none, the fact that the other doctor says she could work a minimum wage job at 20 hours a week, you think that's how it ought to be set?
Yes, we're asking the court to set it based.
Look at the judge's face. Look at his face. I'm pretty sure that's what I used for the thumbnail of the video that is on the same channel, this channel. Already launched, if you're sick of me pausing it. How is he doing it? It's like a smile, but like an aghast smile. Like, but it's hard to make. I'm trying to make it, and it's not my what the fuck face. Let's just put it that way. So I'm having a hard time replicating it because the emotion I'm trying to convey is what the fuck, but In fact, I believe we're seeing smile. Like, that's a smirk. No, but I get accused of smirking all the time, Ed. I'm pretty positive I would know what it is, considering I fucking literally get in trouble for that, like, constantly. That's a bit of a smirk. Your face is gonna get stuck like that, Paisley. Hold on, I paused because Chris, thank you. Sorry, I was distracted by turtle face. Turtle face. There it is. There. But angry. It's so hard. It's obviously not attractive either. I apologize to anybody who used to think I was attractive and now is like, oh, Judge Webster. No. I don't know what kind of math you're doing in the chat. I don't know the math. Oh, there it is a bit too. Not tonight. I can't do 9 hours tonight. But the video, like I said, is already dropped. I'm doing her hair, his face, his thumbs. Yeah. What is why is he doing thumbs up? Oh. Okay.
Appropriately based on the testimony, but the evidence that we did get from that physician statement does say 20 hours a week. And that was a updated figure of how many hours that she could work at maximum.
MB, 1, he reduces, 2, he gives the big D. You think, but in this case, not dismissal, but denial? Is that what you think? Okay, get your guesses in the chat, 1 or 2. I can't guess. I already know because I am making, I've made this video already. What else? Yeah. Judge, I think, is taking it quite well. The fact that she basically tried to throw him under the bus. I think he's handling it quite well. Let's see. Shall we?
Income of 628 a month.
Yeah, that part's. I just needed to get your position, Mr. McNulty, on the record.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Marlowe, is there anything further you think I need to know about the case before I make a ruling?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
All right. Anything further, Mr. Trussell? I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to get Mr. McNulty on the record as what his position.
No, that I'm okay.
All right. Court's going to find the court has jurisdiction. The court's going to find, based on the testimony of Ms. Marlowe and the in-camera information that I have, that there has been a material substantial change of circumstance. Ms. Marlowe is currently under a doctor's care and is only allowed to work 20 hours a week, according to the evidence that I've seen. Therefore, that I'm going to order Mr. Trussell to maintain the current health insurance that he has on the child. Ms. Marlowe's child support is going to be reduced to $75 a month plus $5 a month in cash medical. I'll grant judgments against Ms. Marlowe in favor of the state and Mr. Trussell for the child support pay record that's been submitted to me, and find that as of February the 29th, 2024, Ms. Marlowe is behind in child support the amount of $2,780.61. Medical support, the amount of $458.12. Did I get those judgments right, Mr. McNulty?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the child support's going to get paid back at a rate of $20 a month, the medical support at $5 a month, all payments beginning April the 1st of 2024. Miss Marlowe will be responsible for court costs, but I will give her until September the 30th of 2024. Now, I'm going to grant the non-disclosure for Miss Marlowe in regards to a third party. We have a problem, and we're going to go into that once we get off the record, but we'll figure that out. But Miss Marlowe is entitled to the protections under the Texas Family Code in regards to non-disclosure. There is a prior person in her life that was guilty of domestic violence, and therefore that address will need to be kept out of the court order to make sure that whoever that person is doesn't find her through my court order. All right, Mr. McNulty?
I think that covers everything, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Marlowe, Mr. Trussell, for the record, the state's going to send me a court order. If it matches what I said here today, I'm going to sign it. I'm going to get it back to them, and they're going to make a copy of it and send it to each of you. Now, as before, you don't have to live with the ruling that I've made today. If either party is dissatisfied with my ruling, you have 3 business days for which to file written notice of appeal with the district clerk's office in Sabine County. Your appeal has to be in writing, has to be on file. You have to be specific in your appeal to tell the referring court what part of my ruling you disagree with. You're also responsible for sending.
And that was all he wrote. Judge Webster is notoriously hard to get on these cases, so that's what we got. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that. I did. I am going to, we have another, I love it, y'all. You know the shit. Texas Family Code, section 154.125. Thank you, MB. And like I said, this video has already been created and posted on the channel. It would do me a huge solid favor if you guys would go and like that video and leave a comment on it, because of the algorithm for YouTube Daddy. He is just like so into when people comment. It's honestly, he's like, it's a little weird. It's okay, but it's a little weird. But you know, we don't kink shame around here. So I apologize for it being a bit of a shorter one tonight, but there's more coming. Keep an eye out later tonight for another video, and then tomorrow probably back to the divorce. Depends on what happens tomorrow during court. If there's something really good, then we'll probably watch that, but we might get back onto that divorce horse, if you will. Thank you again so much for all of your support and love. Thanks, Chris. Oh, MB, thank you so much. Let me say thank you. Do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do. Interrupted. I'm going to thank you guys and put our outro out. Reminder, go check out the video. And what else? Oh yeah, I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Where's the button? Bye.